Slippery. We're not.
About 15 minutes till game time, and this one is going to be a real barn burner. I can feel it if it's anything like the San Diego event. These two teams just playing for pride at this point. STX having locked up the series at 7-3, but the race that I'm most excited about is the goal-scoring race. Both Eric Crumb and Sam Bradman have had fantastic seasons, and it's culminating in this 11th game of the tour. And just one goal apart, and actually roommates now, college teammates, roommates, and they're going to be going at it. Expect to see some serious fireworks out of those two. And then welcome back here in the Subway Skybox at Agoura Hills High School. We're just outside of Los Angeles, California. The weather is beautiful for lacrosse here at about 73 degrees at game time, high of about 83, so really perfect lacrosse weather. And you can tell some of these guys out there in their long sleeves, but a lot of them opting to go with short sleeve shirts as the weather is so nice. And the skills players to watch for Maverick United, of course, Eric Crumb, we talked about earlier, as one of the players going for the goals title. Attack at Salisbury, two-time national champion, hometown Manhattan Beach. And he's one of those guys on the crease who's a real monster. Spends a lot of time in the gym and is a very hard matchup. And not only because of his strength, but because of his positioning, always in really good position. And Shamel Bratton, of course, a midfielder out of Virginia, coming over mid-season in the trade ahead of the Chicago event, has been an instant impact player. Look for him to create a lot coming through on the dodge, and with that big left-handed cannon, he is nearly unstoppable when he is on. And of course, Brendan Porter, the all-purpose player. He does it all. Glad to have him back out here after a short break, had a baby, so baby Riley not making it to this event, had the opportunity to meet her before the last one, so very happy for him. But one of those guys who was the player of the game at the 949 event last season, scoring goals with both a shorty and a long pole. He's the kind of guy you need to watch in terms of what he does effort-wise. He's got a real good motor, and he does it all. And, of course, the skills players to watch for Team STX. Sam Bradman, who we talked about, former teammate and roommate of Eric Crumb, leading the goal-scoring series by 1. And he's one of those guys. I know I always like to talk about his little bit of unconventional play. He does some things that I've never seen anyone else be able to do. Mostly, the thing that I think is most impressive is his release. He has a low to high release, or even kind of a sidearm release, and he releases from the same spot, but he can send it anywhere he wants. It's really impressive. Again, two-time national championship game MVP while at Salisbury. And Max Ritz, the name of the game for Team STX last season, get it to Ritz, put it in the goal. Had 5 goals, including the game winner with 2 goals left. Max Ritz, one of those guys who can just come alive. Big shooter. Look for him to have a big game as well. And, of course, K-18 Kyle Harrison, Tewaaraton Trophy winner out of Hopkins. Really, really playing well as I've seen him play in the 3 years that I've been covering the LXMPRO Tour. I had the opportunity to talk to him pregame in San Diego, and he feels great, and I think it really shows in the way he's playing on the field. Really see that signature split dodge that he's used his whole career, and it's exciting to see him up at full strength and playing with the U.S. national team. And here's the breakdown for the goals, assists, and saves. And as you see, Sam Bradman with 35, Eric Crumb with 34, Shamel Bratton also getting it done for Team Maverick, coming over halfway through the season, and Peter Baum both with 23. Baum in the mix for the top point scorer with 14 assists and 23 goals. He's going to need to have a big day, but I think that's his to lose with John Christmas and Billy Bitter both out this game for Maverick. Exciting to see some new faces. Obviously, Matt Russell and Johnny Rodriguez duking it out for the final most saves. I think that one might be just about out of reach for Russell. But both players on a similar number of games, really impressive what they're able to do in the cage. Very athletic players. But some of the newer players that I know, one that I'm excited about is actually a player that I played with in college. Andy Salcido is a Chapman grad, local product. So definitely excited to see him out there. And the Gatorade keys to the game. Will SPX be able to contain Crumb, who's averaging 4 goals a game? And I think you could ask the same question about Bradman. And I think these guys are going to get theirs. It's just a matter of how many. So if you can keep Crumb and Bradman to 3 goals each, I think it's a success. Shamel Bratton needs a big game in the midfield to help seal the win for Maverick, and I think that's absolutely true. Shamel's been doing real good things for Maverick. Not only creating opportunities for himself, but also dropping the balls off once he makes that real aggressive split dodge. And can Max Ritz deliver key scoring like he did in Del Mar? It's interesting to see. We had a talk pregame 2 weeks ago before the Del Mar event about Max Ritz having kind of almost disappeared compared to where he was at last season. I mean, he was in the 3.5 to 5 goal range per game a season ago, and coming on with Peter Baum. It moved him to a different spot in the fast break rotation, which has kind of thrown his shot off, so he's been coming a lot further down towards the goal, more towards GLE, rather than having that spot right at the top of the restraining box where he's very dangerous. And again, this is one of those things where I can't wait to see what's going to happen out there. I sat down with a bunch of the Maverick guys pregame and just talked about how much this game means to them. I know that the series is out of play for them at 7-3, but every game has been close short of the Coco event, and it's one of those things where they really want to go out there and win, and that's exciting for me to see and hear out of those guys. They're professional athletes and they go out there and compete, but they're all still friends, and that's fun for me. And it's also exciting to be here in Southern California, here in Los Angeles, having an event of this caliber. It's not very often you get to see professional lacrosse in Los Angeles. I'm expecting a big crowd, just like we had in Del Mar, and I'm excited to see the game. So definitely send your tweets, comments, questions. I'd obviously love to hear from you at CMarshallTLN. Again, that's at CMarshallTLN on Twitter. I'll be looking at them all night, answering questions. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win the scoring title? Do you think Crumb can pass Sam? I mean, I think there's definitely a possibility of that happening. And what's your best player to watch on the field? And what are you looking forward to next season? Or what do you think the LXMPRO Tour should do for next season? I know that we get a bunch of tweets of players looking to get LXMPRO in their city. And this is the perfect opportunity to let them know where they should go for next season. And I know I'm excited to hear from you and to hear how the weather is where you're at, because I know it's toasty 73 here currently. And again, just very excited for the game. You see the players warming up. There's been a lot of these players coaching in both the events here in Southern California, and in Agora, there's obviously the event, and there's also an event in Indio this weekend. So players coming in from all over the place. And again, some of the new players we're looking forward to seeing. Obviously, I mentioned Andy Salcido coming in playing defense. There's Kit Smith coming in, another player who played against Whit McCarthy. And we're already getting some tweets in here. So I'm definitely excited to hear all of your tweets. See this first one coming in. Bow tie swag from DeAndre. So definitely excited to hear from you guys. And coming in, Steve Rollins from Rock'em Apparel. Always doing it big in the sock game. I know Kyle's wearing some pretty sweet ones tonight, so be on the lookout for that. A fan of the sneakers that I was wearing tonight. I always like to tweet a pair of my game day sneakers. One of my many things that goes along with my bow tie, and always excited to hear from the guys over at Rock'em. But getting just about ready for game time here between these two teams, Maverick United and STX.
I'm just gonna post up here.
You see on the sideline now all the Maverick United guys getting ready, and obviously the uniform sponsor Champion has done some really cool things, and that's something you can always come to expect on the LXMPRO Tour. Are the uniforms being really flashy and really cool, and that's something that I always look forward to seeing: the new helmets, the new gear, the new gloves, the new uniforms. I know had the opportunity to talk with Greg from STX at the lacrosse convention this past weekend in Philadelphia about some really exciting things coming up for their brand and their gloves and some of the custom options coming up. And I know I'm looking forward to seeing what they have in store for the rest of the new K18 line, which Kyle will be wearing tonight. I had the opportunity to see some of his stuff and try it on. I know that's what he's wearing. Now. So definitely look for some of the gear that he's got going tonight, and as well as the Maverick stuff. I know the Maverick is putting together some really exciting stuff in terms of their gloves and their equipment. And just had the opportunity, Coach JB coming over, giving me whispering in my ear a little bit some pointers on what to look forward into this season. And obviously I have to give a huge birthday shout out to Morgan Burrows, and I hope you're watching with your friends and having fun tonight, and I hope you enjoy the game. So happy birthday, Morgan! And it's about ready to go. As you see the captains out there going. You got Kyle and Matt Russell, obviously, and Sean Lindsay, who actually coaches at this high school in Agora, and has been a real instrumental part of growing the game in North LA County. And then Johnny Rodriguez out there wearing number 29. Definitely some of the top players, veteran players in the leagues. To see the coin toss.
Wearing number 8 from Brown University, Roger Ferguson. Wearing number 9 from Johns Hopkins University, Greg Pfizer. Wearing number 10 from the University of Durham, Max Woods. Wearing number 11 from UMBC, Matt Davis. Wearing number 12 from Salisbury University, Sam Bradley.
Does he look like STX won the toss? You see Contest Colin out there making a rare appearance here on the tour. Happy to have him out there shooting some stuff for what I'm sure will be a very cool video on the Lacrosse Network here in the next week or two. But definitely be on the lookout for that. And I know I'm always excited to see the videos from all these events. I know STX just dropped some really neat videos from the Las Vegas event. So go check out those and definitely tweet at them at TizzleSTX. And continue to tweet at me. I'm always looking forward to hearing things from you guys. Had the opportunity to talk to a bunch of fans in the stands, which was great. Pregame, I know the kids here are super amped. I've been getting tweets all day. I know Coach Randy's tuning in. Had the opportunity to meet him in Dallas. So it's always exciting to hear what you guys are doing and what's going on. And just about ready for the game to start here at the face-off. Be interesting to see what we have to look at in terms of the face-off matchups. I know we've got Davey Emila, who's out with a broken hand. Unfortunately suffered from a big Hamilton Pollard check. And obviously Max Davis is going to be probably taking some. So look for the matchup between Brendan Porter and Max Davis, as well as Nick Tintle and Max Davis, guys who've been going at it all season. And look for them to continue doing that again. And there's another guy that doesn't get a lot of the limelight, a guy like Nick Tintle, but really does the small things that are important to help your team do well. I mean, he takes the face-offs, plays great defense, and he'll even toss a goal in every once in a while. I know he scored a big goal at the beginning of the Coco event, just straight away, as well as the beginning of the San Diego event in Del Mar, where he wins the face-off and takes it to himself. You see a player like that who's so unselfish on the offensive side of the field, and for him to be able to give you a goal or two is really fantastic. And there you see that beautiful red Southern California sunset out in the Agora Hills, just outside of Los Angeles, California, and it is a beautiful night for lacrosse. Very happy to be out here and not somewhere much colder. And we got a couple more tweets coming in. Connor Hamilton wants a shout out for his brother Austin. So happy belated, Austin. And this one coming in from MVK, Von Kamecki. Looking good. Hope Let's Go Team STX, and shout out to my Bury boys, Crummy, Bradman, and J-Rod. You see the teams coming together after the national anthem. Definitely Coach JB in there giving some pointers for his squad. Want to come away with the victory here. Again, the tour pretty much wrapped up at 7-3 in terms of who's going to come away with the title in games. But like I said, Maverick playing for pride tonight, and they want to win this game. And they've been playing like they want to win all season. With the exception of one event, they've all been 1 or 2 goal games. And that's what you can come to expect from these LXMPRO Tour games. It's very exciting, very high scoring, and a lot of fancy checks, shots. Everything you're looking for in a professional lacrosse game is right here at LXMPRO 805, brought to you by Champion. And I can't wait to see the action start as the teams come out, starting lineups, just about ready to go on the face-off. Again, it looks like Team Maverick going big here. In terms of some of the players they have on the defensive side of the ball, and definitely look for the matchup at the face-off X to be a real difference maker for both of these teams. I know both of the guys who've been taking the face-offs, Max Davis for STX, Nick Tintle, Brendan Porter for Maverick United, are streaky when it comes to the face-offs. Don't have a straight face-off player, but a lot of players who can do a lot of things. So if one of those players can get really hot and start scoring some goals, at least keeping possession for their team, then it's going to be a huge advantage. I got a bunch of tweets coming in right now. It's like Nick Dioto digging the bow tie. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for tuning in. Couldn't be here without you guys, and thank you for the tweet. And this one again coming in from Connor Hamilton. Good luck to No Excuse Lacrosse, and tons of tweets coming in. I will get to as many of these as I possibly can. Just about ready to go underway. And again, this is that matchup we were just talking about. Nick Tintle going against Max Davis. And look for Tintle. He's more of a push forward type guy, and able to pick up the ground ball there, or at least kick it to Brendan Porter. Another one of those guys who does a lot. You see the wing there, Salcido going back in, and here's Lindsay playing some attack. And look for him to switch between attack and midfield as you have Corp down there as well. And I know. Excuse me. I always like to say this, but Corp is one of those guys who's sneaky good. He goes out there, and you'll read the stat line as McCarthy comes by, able to get a stick by, takes the shot and just off the mark. Looks like it's going to be it's going to stay in after it went off the stick of Corp. But again, Corp, you look at the stat sheet, and Corp will have 4 or 5 goals, and you'll just think, when could that possibly have happened? Because he's so quiet, I mean, on the field, off the field, but such a skilled player, able to take advantage of his matchups. And I know that he got a lot of shorty matchups in the last game, so if they can, through picks or subbing through the midfield, get him a shorty, it's a very tough matchup for Team STX. It's Matt Miller out of Yale, dropping the ball off. We get the ball across, pretty ambitious pass, trying to get that one in. See if that one stays in. The hustle play just barely goes out of bounds. It looked like Miller had a line on it and just missed it. So unlucky play for STX, really trying to thread the needle from the far side of the field. I believe it was Worley, as Team Maverick brings the ball up the field. Again, just 20 seconds into the first quarter here. Already some excitement coming from both these guys as Porter brings the ball up and finds Lindsay. You see Lindsay looked like he had a lane there. Very patient player with the ball. Just coming around the corner, looking for Corp. Corp can't quite find it. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Really uncharacteristic mistake from Corp there. Coming into Benson Irwin, another one of the LXMPRO players invited to the U.S. tryouts. A very solid player, one of the best short stick defenders in the world. Definitely, certainly in terms of what's going on in U.S. lacrosse. There's Greg Peiser moving the ball. There's Bradman trying to shore up that scoring title, able to pass it behind. And there's Harrison working from behind, and then buries the goal. Great shot. That one coming from Peter Baum right on the crease with the quick stick. And Kyle Harrison, so dangerous from everywhere on the field. Doesn't matter if he's coming from up top or down low, able to create opportunities for his teammates. And that was a great goal by Peter Baum right on the crease. And you see Harrison just gets right by his man, right inside, quick stick by Baum. Not quite a quick stick, but able to get the ball out of his stick very quickly, and that's important if you're on the crease. And again, a reminder, if you're here or watching, take a picture of how you're watching and tag Adrln Lacrosse, hashtag LXMPRO 805. And again, that's a 1-goal lead for Team STX. And there's Tintle keeping his stick and loses the handle. Big time check on the yard sale. The ball's still down. You see him fighting for it, and that one dribbles right back to Russell. Russell gets it up to Davis, and Davis is on the run. And again, you see the hashtag down at the bottom of the screen there for the Adrenaline Instagram. And subbing through the midfield is Team STX as Bradman passes it back up top. And back up to Harrison. So we're going to see Harrison and Bradman running through the midfield together here. Back up top. There's Miller trying to find some space. Back behind to Ritz. Back inside, behind the back shot. What a save by Rodriguez.
Big save, Johnny Rodriguez.
Rodriguez is going to pull it back behind the goal. Another one of those guys, great with his stick, but also super athletic. So look for him to take it across midfield at least once. He promised me a goal this season, so He is running out of time. And Porter rolls inside, gets his hand free, and great help defense from STX, closing that lane very quickly as he moves the ball back up top to McCarthy. McCarthy is one of those guys I like to talk about every week when we're out here, is one of those spark guys who can come out here and really make something happen. And a shorty matchup for him is a really favorable matchup for Maverick United. Comes around the corner, rolls back. Looked like he had some space there with his left. And just under 12 minutes to go as they get it back up top to Bratton. And Bratton, using his speed to his advantage, takes the shot. Big time save by Russell. Caught by Lindsay. Looking back inside to Crumb. Crumb can't handle it, but picked up by McCarthy. Moving back up top. It's Ian DeVoe trying to take the shot. It's going to be a possession shot backed up by Bratton. And Bratton's going to take this one in, working on the pole. Chad Costello. And again, McCarthy. And it's one of those things I like to talk about because it's exciting. Going for the ice pick there as McCarthy goes by. Nice look inside. There's Crumb with the BTB goal, top shelf. No problem. Crumb ties it up at 1 and in the scoring title contest. So Crumb and Bradman tied. And you see the replay coming in. And there's that BTB goal. And you couldn't pin that any further up. And you see he's constantly moving on the crease. And this is something I like to say when you're watching this, but always watch the players who you think are good. And Crumb is one of those guys who is as good as it gets on the crease. He cuts to the right spot and really makes things happen. Gets the ball out of his stick very quickly, but is always in good position. And there's Max Davis able to kick that one out and picked up by Irwin. No one's going to be able to take it across, no problem. And to bomb it over to Ritz. And again, that's one of the things we talked about. Ritz working from X. You see Davis gets the ball back to Bradman. See if Bradman can answer. Got the shorty matchup after the pick. This is a good matchup for them. Takes the shot off the pipe. Both pipes and in. What a take by Bradman as he retakes the lead for STX, for the team, and as well as in the scoring race. And you see it again. That's that low take and off of both pipes, and that one goes in. And that's incredible. You couldn't put that any further away to the right and still have that go in. What a take by Sam Bradman. And again, keep your tweets, questions, comments coming. Love to hear from you. And that's going to be a legal procedure going against Max Davis. And you see Crumb working from behind the goal. So Maverick doing a great job of moving the ball around. And you see inside there's Crumb again. Takes the shot, and that one just off the mark as he goes high to low, changing the plane. No look, trying to get that one on the cage. And again, if you're that close in, you just got to get it on the cage. And that's a solid effort, kind of a Tim Desco special. There's the air Lindsay trying to get that one in, and it goes. Goal for Lindsay on the one-handed dunk shot coming around the corner. Great take by Lindsay. And that ties the game up at 2 at the 10-17 mark in the first quarter. And again, got a bunch of tweets coming in from Carson Kaleo. It's Slick Rick about the bow tie. Hope you guys are keeping your bow tie game strong as well. And one coming in from Jack Cargill. Shout out to a snowy, cold Dayton, Ohio. Wishes he was outside shooting. But you've got the next best thing here in this LXMPRO game, so thanks for tuning in and tweeting in. Glad to hear from you. And 10 minutes to go in the first, tied at 2. See Bratton going to bring the ball up, at least get some space for himself. And there's Kit Smith, talked about him, one of the new players. And nice look inside for Crumb. Crumb can't quite get the handle on it early, but still gets the shot off, and a great save by Russell. And then fantastic help defense from Team STX as that one's coming across. and gets to Russell and over to Coach Kaz. He's able to get the ball up to Baum, who does a good job tracking back and making himself available to receive that pass. And Greg Peiser scored the goal that gave STX the lead late before Corp tied it up and Rich was able to win it. And Bradman loses the handle, ball still down, picked up by Maverick, and they're off to the races. Get the ball inside to Corp. Corp looking for Lindsay. Lindsay all by himself takes the shot, just misses it. And that ball backed up by Russell. You don't see Lindsay miss very many of those. Lindsay, one of the guys who takes a lot of shots at Russell pregame. So guys that know each other very well. Of course, guys who played against each other in college, but guys who take a lot of shots towards each other as Lindsay bringing the ball in gets to Kit Smith. And again, a really uncharacteristic throwaway for Russell. Maybe the only one I've seen him do this season at all. There's Bratton looking for a pick from Tintle. Trying to get inside, giving him an awful lot of space inside. Want him to use his right hand there. Takes one over the top. No call. Looks like they're going to get a hold. So no flag, but a hold, no possession going against STX and keeping the ball in Maverick's hands. Coming around the corner, takes the shot, scores the goal. That's a huge goal for Kit Smith. And again, already making moves for his squad, Maverick United, and taking the lead at 3-2, the first lead of the game for Maverick United. You see him turn the corner, use his body to cut in front of his defender, and then just bury that in the top corner. Fantastic shot. And again, we're seeing the matchup here of Max Davis and Brendan Porter. And Davis able to win it to himself and then get the ground ball as the both guys run past that one. Nice look inside, unable to come up with it. As Jerry Lamb able to send the ball up to Tintle, and Tintle is off to the races. And Tintle with the pole. This has to be the matchup that STX would prefer. But able to move the ball and get the ball back up top to Bratton. Working on the pole. Gets a pick from Porter. Gets his left hand free, and they're quick. And what a save coming out of there from Whit McCarthy, looking like Air Jordan out there. And again, working from X with the shorty. Maverick does a really good job of exploiting their shorty matchups. So moving the ball very quickly, getting it to Bratton. Bratton going from up top. Wants to get his left hand. Draws the double. Makes the pass. And a great save by Russell. Reaction save. Didn't see that one until late. And then there's great defense by Drennan, able to push Lindsay off the ball and pick it up. And then toss it back. And let's see if Davis is going to be able to get there. Ball barely staying in bounds. He's able to stop it. Working hard on Corp. And two white shirts there, and that's a real heads-up play. Able to flip that one back inside to Casimir. And then there's Ritz trying to get away, but gets it to Benson Irwin. And there's a big-time hit from Rodriguez, and it still sneaks in. But just barely. I didn't even see exactly what happened there, but goal for STX as the game is tied at 3 at the 6:29 mark in the first quarter. But Rodriguez comes out of his cage. You see him, and it looks like Baum kicks that one in. I mean, that's a real heads-up play. He couldn't get the handle. He knew the hit was coming from Rodriguez. Unlucky play from Rodriguez as that one just dribbled in off the kick from Baum is what it looked like, or maybe just out of his stick. But either way, goal for STX. Counted for Baum. There's a win for Miller, or Peiser rather, sorry. As he's able to win it for himself for Team STX. You hear Baum already with 2 goals in this game, so really making a full court press for that total points. And it's a 3-3. STX and Maverick tied up. Here at the 5:52 mark in the first quarter. Porter going to bring it up for Maverick. A nice look inside, then through the legs and off the pipe. And then top shelf buries it. What a shot. Laser as Maverick goes back on top, 4-3. You see that one come off as Corp able to take the huge rip. And that's one of those things, real heads-up play. You get it. You know that Russell isn't expecting it as it comes off pretty hot off of the pipe there and right to Corp, and Corp just rips it as quickly as he possibly can, top shelf. Fantastic shot. Very heads-up play from Brandon Corp. There's Peiser able to win it to himself. And then great ground ball fighting through the double team there, but down on his ground, looks like the ball is out. And 4 white shirts there. You see it, it's still in bounds, picked up inside by Maverick. Ball still down, and that's going to finally go out of bounds as Corey Couture from Denison, another one of the newer players, can't corral it. Then another throwaway as Kid Smith's able to pick that one up. Already has a goal on the day. Able to get by. Thinking about another. Gets inside. Again, he's got that first step. And he's able to, he takes a big hit in the back. It's like some laundry on the field. You see the players getting a little chippy. Let's see what the call's going to be. Might be a hold with possession going against STX. Either way, we're going to get our first look at the man-up unit for Maverick United. Again, got a couple more tweets coming in here. Coming in from one from Dave Longley, watching from snowy Syracuse. Thanks for tuning in. Glad to hear getting some quality West Coast lacrosse out on the East Coast tonight. And that one's going to stay on the side after the throwaway. Look for a big time rip coming from Sean Lindsay or Bratton. A nice skip pass, and that one picked off by Benson Irwin. And again, talked about him earlier. He's one of those guys very good with short stick on defense. There's Harrison, thinks about the shot. He's got that hitch, cuts back. 3 white shirts there, doing a good job of protecting his stick, keeping it close to his body. They're probably going to try and run this one out as Ritz has the ball up top, and looks like Maverick's just going to let him have it after the 30-second penalty. Looks like we're back up to full strength for Team STX with the 4-minute mark in the first quarter. Again, no shortage of scoring, 7 goals already combined. I expect to see at least one more. Nice take inside by Ritz, trying to get his hands free. Can't. Nice take inside, and there's Baum looking for number 3 just off the mark. And that's going to be backed up by Maverick. Great hustle play by Garvey as he's able to back that up. And he's going to bring the ball in for Maverick United. And then Rodriguez bringing the ball up. Has Porter right on the money. Porter working on the pole. Can find the matchup. Able to swing under that. Get his hands free. Gets it into his left. Takes a shot. What a save by Russell. And that's just great positioning. As you see him hold his ground and keep his stick high. And Russell again looking for Drennan there. Can't come up with it. Corp able to come away with the ball. And gets some uncharacteristic mistakes coming from Russell as Corp takes the shot, and that one's going to be backed up by Lindsay, who's going to bring it in for Maverick at the 3-minute mark. The Maverick doing a good job of going right at their matchups. Again, you see them getting the switch there as Kit Smith, who's been very, very impressive on the dodge.
Adrenaline
Gets
is
in front
a
of his
gift.
guy, takes the shot, and that one again just off the mark, but
nature's
another possession
ransom to
shot
kill
for
it.
Maverick, who've been spending a lot of time on the offensive side of the field tonight. Maverick working from X. Into the pick play. And there's Crumb trying to come inside. Takes a big hit. That one just off the mark as Peiser's going to bring the ball up for STX. Got some real pace. Moving the ball, got Bomb. Always dangerous from there. Takes the shot, buries it top shelf on the bounce. And that's 3. Toss your hats. And you see Bomb when he takes that first step inside. There isn't anybody out here who can keep up with him on that one. But a fantastic shot as Bomb making some waves tonight. And again, you see when he gets that ball, and that was the spot we were talking about earlier with Max Ritz, the spot that he was using last season that now is owned by Peter Baum, and able to create a lot of opportunities for himself there. There's Rodriguez going to be able to take this across himself, and then chased down by but timeout by Coach JB. I think that's a real heads-up timeout call with Rodriguez that far up, and the game tied with 2 minutes to go. Draw something up on the sideline, and come away with something that they can run, and maybe run some of the clock off here, and make sure that they get sort of opportunity to continue on some of that momentum. I think it's a win to go into the second quarter tied at 4 with the way that Peter is playing. It's everything he's touching is good there, but Maverick do a very good job of controlling defense. You see a lot of good looks. Sean Lindsay's hit the post twice already, and you see guys like Corp making real heads-up plays, and that's really what Maverick United has hung their hat on all season. The real hard-hat guys out there. They go in, take the contact, get shots on goal, and score the goals that they need to score, especially when there's some sort of unsettled opportunity. It's like McCarthy's going to bring the ball for Maverick. Son's birthday, so happy birthday, Harris. Loving the tweets coming here, all 4 of them. So definitely those coming, get to as many of them as I possibly can. Shout out to Griffin watching on his tablet, and for the shout out, hashtag bowtie swag. Maverick a little low. Bratton couldn't get his hands free. The shot gets to DeVoe, and just under 2 minutes to go. DeVoe looking to take a shot here. Does, and there's a great trail. Keep that one from the cage. Again, working from X. That's Crumb, who's been doing a lot of his dodging game, trying to make himself a more complete. Anyone off the field. Great look back to Lindsay off the mark. But you see McCarthy going to go right. And we're the top short stick defenseman out here with Max Davis. And Max Davis is some sort of scrappy. He does it all over the field. 20 to go. And getting some unlucky bounces, hitting a couple posts already, and just missing the outside of the cage as we get under a minute here in the first quarter. Game tied at 4. And coming inside, you hear the coma slide call coming from across the crease, and a dangerous slide defensively because it's tough to back up to get back into position. Lindsay bringing it in. 46 seconds to go in the quarter. Maverick doing a really good job of holding possession for the final 2 minutes of this quarter, creating a lot of scoring opportunities for themselves, but more importantly, not letting STX get any scoring opportunities. It's a great save by Russell, who's able to run this one down. Another one of the very mobile keepers. And a real heads-up play as he does, falling out of bounds over the head. And that one almost spectacular play. I mean, real heads-up play. Huge hustle plays. Bratton gets it. 20 seconds to go. Looking to get his hands free and take the shot. And Barry's just off the post again. That's 3 posts this quarter alone as we get under 10 seconds. 11 seconds, sorry. 9. Just about going to do it for the quarter. Looks like Russell's going to hold it. Maybe throw Gilman right at the end. Now on a rope as Rodriguez out to get it. And a flurry of shots and plays to end the quarter for both Maverick and STX. An exciting end to the quarter, and that's what you can expect to see here in Agora Hills in the LXMPRO 805 event, so don't go anywhere. I'm Chris Marshall, and you're watching the Lacrosse Network. Maverick Lacrosse is the official protective sponsor for the LXMPRO team, Maverick United. Learn more at MaverickLacrosse.com and MaverickUnited.com. Maverick Lacrosse is proud to introduce the new Rome NXT glove. Maximum ventilation, impossibly lightweight, always game ready. The Maverick Rome NXT glove. And again, getting tons of tweets coming in here. So happy to hear from all of you. Again, that's at CMarshallTLN, both on Twitter and Instagram. Look for some insider pictures from pregame and as well as postgame. We'll get some really cool stuff up there for you. And this one coming in from Kevin Proctor, coming in from Maryland. Get to that one after the break, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Lacrosse Network.
I've encountered many moments in my life where I had to decide if I was going to let someone or something decide my fate. Do I run, or do I stand and fight for what I believe in? I mean, I started playing lacrosse in Denver, Colorado. My cousin Dustin gave me a stick, one of his old sticks, and I started messing around with it in my backyard. Freshman year of high school, I went to Heritage High School in Littleton. I went there for 1 year. And that year, I found out that we were moving to Manhattan Beach, California. It was an extremely tough time for me. I was going to a brand new high school, didn't know anybody. You know, not only was I changing high schools, but I was changing brand new cities in LA.
8:05. The game is tied at 4. Peter Baum already coming out seriously hot right now. Has a hat trick in the first quarter. Crumb and Bradman trading goals for the scoring title in terms of goals this season. And an exciting game as billed as usual for the LXMPRO Tour. And a nice face-off win for Tintle as he's able to move the ball up after he wins it for himself. And Maverick United back on offense. I mean, they have to be holding on to the possession nearly 65% of the time. A nice back in from Crumb, something that he's really good at, uses his side to his advantage. Definitely a gym rat, one of those guys who's always pushing the limits in terms of how he can improve as a player, both in terms of his skill set with his stick, but also on how he can improve his movements athletically, and really impressive to see him out there doing what he does. And again, Maverick United, this is what they have to do to make sure they stay in this game. They cannot get in a shootout with STX tonight, being without Bitter and Christmas. As Bratton looking to get inside, has his hands free, and that's fantastic defense coming from STX. That's Roger Ferguson out of Brown. all over the hands of Bratton, not letting him get any sort of shot away. There's Casimir bringing it up for STX. And just over the top of Corp, thought he had a good angle on it. It's Bradman now working from up top, has a shorty. Nice switch, still has it. And so much room for Davis. Nice deflection, keeping the sticks up inside on defense. Bamboo Forest. And Tintle coming in, putting his head down, trying to win that one, diving into the VIP section. And again, back to the Gatorade keys to the game as we've gone a quarter into the game. And you see, will STX be able to contain Crumb? And, you know, right now, he's on average to score 4 goals, 1 a quarter. And I think that would be a good place for him. But I think he's going to need 5 or 6 to come home with that scoring crown. Nice look inside. There's the shot. Buries the goal. That one coming from Ritz. What a shot. Sorry, from Harrison. You see, it's that signature jump shot as he puts it top shelf just over the head of Rodriguez. And a bunch of tweets coming in again. Keep them coming at CMarshallTLN. Back to Kevin Proctor. What's up from Maryland? Looking for LXMPRO to come to Maryland next season. And yeah, me too. That would be great. Definitely keep your tweets coming at LXMPRO. Let them know where they need to come next season. Here tonight at the last event of the 2013 LXMPRO season. And again, Harrison breaking the tie at 5-4. Just a minute into the quarter. Now at 12:48 to go in the half. It's Tintle showing those Tintle toes, and that one off the pipe again. That's 4 pipes for Maverick. And that one up, 2 white shirts there. Nice flip back to Corp. Still looking to fight through the double there. So he's working on McDonald. And someone's open. There's 2 black shirts there. You want McCarthy on this take. And so he takes a shot and another big save. That one off the elbow of Russell. And that one stays in bounds. Great pickup. As you look back inside, and Bratton going back to his right and back to his left, and a big check. Great play out of STX's defense. Benson Irwin taking it up, going to the fast break. Has some room, so dangerous as we see again the shot, and that's number 4 for Baum. We've played for 16 minutes, 17 minutes. He's got 4. Baum, showing why he won the Tewarton Trophy 2 years ago. Already with 4. And again, so dangerous from that position because you see the fast break. If he takes a step inside and the defender comes with him, then he'll find Max Ritz, and that's what was happening in the last game, which is how Ritz was able to create so many opportunities for himself. They cheat on Baum, and then Baum, such a good facilitator as well as a scorer, he's able to find Ritz, and then Ritz has 5 goals last game. It's Kit Smith coming inside, trying to answer, and he does. His second of the game is Kit Smith putting the team on his back, though. And that's something you like to see out of these new guys. Guys looking to make a name for themselves here in the LXM Pro Tour. Kit Smith, as you see him, he gets by his guy, does such a good job of getting his body in between himself and the defender once he gets by them. So they either have to trip him or let him go. And then able to create some space for a stick and then bury that, changing the plane. And no chance for Matt Russell on that one. Great shot by Kit Smith. And that cuts the lead back to 1. And this is where Maverick United has to stay. They have to stay within 1 or 2 goals. Cannot let STX go on a run and get away from them. I mean, 2, the largest lead so far at 6-4 before that last goal by Kit Smith. And STX doing a great job on help defense, looking inside, nowhere to go. And that one still down, but picked up by Maverick and then knocked out of his stick. It's Corey Couture can't get a handle on it, and then that one pops right out to Miller, and Miller is off running. And takes the shot, a great save by Rodriguez, and Rodriguez wants to go right back at it at the other end. Could have an opportunity for a slow break here as McCarthy, they've got numbers, takes the shot, and another big save by Russell. He does so well at getting down, and then a throwaway by Russell, and again, so uncharacteristic. I mean, that's 2 or 3 throwaways for him tonight, and I like I said, that's more thrown away passes than I've seen him make all season. Again, tons of your tweets coming in. So happy to hear from you guys as Garvey brings the ball across and finds McCarthy, who pulls it back out, get the right personnel there on the offensive side for Maverick United. Both these teams running pretty thin on the sideline today. So look for some of these guys later on as that pass just sneaks past McCarthy, but picked up. Big hustle play by Crumb, and Crumb on the ground working through 2 black shirts there. And Benson Irwin able to get the ball across himself, and not afraid to shoot it either. Is Benson Irwin gets the skip pass, and all alone back inside, fakes on fakes, loses it, then buries the goal. And what a shot there, coming from Baum.
That's your goal. Hey, my man, that's your goal right there. You owe us one, all right?
See him come inside, fake, shot. And what a take. I mean, that's 5 for Baum already. Can he be stopped? It doesn't look like it. And again, 2-goal lead for STX at 7-5 at the 9:32 mark. Question coming in from Max Bree here. Wants to know if this is if you can expect this to be as close as last game. I mean, everything points at yes right now. As we've seen, the largest lead is 2 goals, and that's what it is now. And all of these games, aside from one, that's 10 games, have been within 2 goals. Most of them coming down to the last play or 2 of the game. So I fully expect this one to be as close as the last one. Had a couple early games earlier in the summer go to overtime as well, as Peiser, working off the pick, takes the shot, and that one sneaks in. As you see, Rodriguez never saw it, trying to get in front of that one. It goes off stick high as Peiser scores the goal and pushes the lead to 3 at 8-5 at just under 9 minutes to go. And this is exactly what Maverick United needed not to happen. And you see the nice pick play coming from Bradman, who rolls out of it, and that one just sneaks up. And again, you see in the replay, Rodriguez never saw that one. Not a whole lot you're going to be able to do if you can't see it, and there's so many white shirts in there trying to clog up the middle. Just an unlucky play, but something you kids at home should look at in terms of keeping your stick high and shooting high to keep it over the defenseman's shoulders and heads. There's Davis able to win the faceoff. He's back over to Ferguson, staying on the offensive side. And now STX getting their offensive unit back on the field as Ferguson comes off. And again, why not to go who has the hot hand? And there's quick double. There's three guys up there. So he tries to get his hands free, takes the shot, and that one's just off the mark, but backed up by Harrison. And Harrison running through the midfield, through attack. Takes the shot, and that one just off the mark again, but a possession shot for STX. Back up to Bradman. Bradman letting Baum do the work right now, all the heavy lifting. So he loses his footing, and then the handle, and that's great defense from Tintle, able to get the ball out of his stick. And Rodriguez going forward. Thinks better of trying to sneak by former teammate Sam Bradman. Bradman back as Maverick holding the ball up top, hits Smith opting to get the right personnel on there, see if they can get a longer possession, playing a lot of defense over the last couple of minutes. And there's another one off the pipe. That's 5, but picked up, and now with numbers, big-time rip, and that one off the mark as well. Didn't look like Russell had a good one, and that one coming from Corey Couture. Corp fighting to get inside, and that one almost sneaks in. Again, like that goal that we saw go in on Rodriguez earlier, credited to Baum, that just trickled in. And look for Lindsay to be able to find someone across the crease here. And there's great check from Drennan. I don't know how that stayed in his stick. And there's the behind-the-back shot just off the mark, but very dangerous on those kind of shots. Backing inside, trying to go over the shoulder, get inside. And there's Crumb working on Casimir. Takes one right in the back, and you can hear it. One of the players out here who wears protection for his ribs, so you can hear it coming out of there like the box players. And able to get that one across to Lindsay somehow. We'd love to see Lindsay take a shot there, but that one goosed out by Miller, and Miller's got some pace. Get the ball up, can't handle that one. As you see, Harrison takes the shot, and again, just over the top of the goal, but possession shot and a 3-goal lead with just over 6 minutes to go. And Sam has a shorty matchup going against Porter. Porter, one of the better short stick defenders, but always a favorable matchup where you can get Sam with a shorty. And then cuts right through the double, takes the shot, buries the goal, bouncer, top shelf. And he's so deceptive. He's just able to sneak right through there, slice through the defense. See him fakes the shot and then able to just cut right back and then bury the shot just over the shoulder of a sprawling goalie in Rodriguez. Got to give a shout out to Amir Fluellen tuning in. One of the kids I was able to meet playing intercity lacrosse in Philadelphia at LaxCon last weekend. So glad you're tuning in. And Jordan Smith at Smith99 wants to shout out for Quakertown Lacrosse in Pennsylvania. And so shout out. And again inside, and that one off the inside of the pipe, almost in. But still 4-goal lead, and STX just going right back to the well. And now taking some time to get their offensive personnel on the field. But STX, if they see an opportunity, is going straight to the goal. And one of the first times we've seen Worley in the game. As you hear some cheers from the crowd, definitely a local product that has a lot of support here tonight. Dangerous. Harrison with a head of steam going towards the goal. With a quick double coming through, able to flip that one across, and that one a product of fantastic help defense. As you see them get the double going, but able to come up with it is Xander Ritz. Again, one of those really crafty players inside, and looking for Baum on the crease. Can't find him as that one sneaks through. Some of the defensemen trying to just get Baum's way when he's cutting across, and that's really all you can do right now, the way he's playing with 5 Gs already. Just 25 minutes into this game. And Rodriguez going to take it across himself. But working against the pole. He's trying to get inside. Then takes the shot just off the mark, wants the flag for the hold, and that one's staying with Maverick. But again, Rodriguez, we talked about him not being afraid to take that up. And you see Crumb coming in, working on Casimir. Crumb getting inside, taking the shot, and that's a great position save by Matt Russell. Again, staying big in the cage, and then on a rope up to Baum, and Baum using his speed. Nice look inside for Ritz, and Ritz just off the mark, and you can tell he wants that one back. Doesn't miss very many of those. And then doesn't get the backup. You see Baum not even going to the end line there, so confident that that Ritz is going to finish that one. And I can tell you right now, I haven't seen him miss very many of those. And just over 4 minutes to go in the half. 4-goal lead, a little bit of a run for STX right now. But Maverick very capable of getting themselves back into this game. But a throwaway for Porter there. Quick whistle, getting the roll right back inside to Ritz, Xander Ritz. And again inside to his brother, takes the shot, and a huge save, popcorn. As Rodriguez says no. And Porter taking it up himself. Again, one of those guys got a world of speed. And you can hear the yellow calls for Maverick as they want to get their A squad on here, get a little bit of an extended possession, get back into this game. 4 goals isn't a whole lot of goals, but if you're letting STX get away from you, it can be a long night. There's a flag, what looked like would have been for offsides, but that flag going against Maverick, so just a change of possession. So a turnover there that they definitely didn't need. As Max Ritz now going to take the ball down below GLE and maybe take a run at Jerry Lamb. Again, STX having a lot of success out of the midfield right now. With Baum and Bradman scoring 7 of the 9 goals for STX at this point. And Bradman now up 2 for the scoring title. So he wants Harrison to take a run here. Right back to Bradman. Bradman takes the shot, and that one goes right by to Ritz. And then there's a big-time rip and a goal again from STX. And that pushes the lead to 5 and gets them into double digits. Great goal by STX. That's real heads-up play. And again, keep these tweets, comments, questions coming. Love to hear from you. There's so many. Really fantastic tweet just coming in. I feel like you guys should be doing this. As Coach Randy, what's the no Matumbo finger coming from Rodriguez, and tons of tweets. I'll get to as many of these as I possibly can. 2:30 to go in the half. 4-goal run for STX. Really putting the screws in right now. There's a great ride by Corp. Ball still up. No one seems to be able to get to it. Finally picked up by Kit Smith, who's having himself a ball game. Looking for Lindsay. Lindsay wants to take the shot, gets it across, can't find his man, and that one's just going to make it over the line. And Casimir are going to bring the ball in for STX as we come under 2 minutes in the quarter here. As Max Davis moves it to Benson Irwin. Benson Irwin with the big-time outside rip. And Maverick going to have to do some soul-searching here at halftime as Benson Irwin says, why not? Not known for his offensive prowess, but big-time rip as he sends that laser to the off-stick side of Rodriguez. And under 2 minutes to go, 6-goal lead. Again, the largest of the game for Team STX. And Maverick, after having some real solid success offensively, struggling at both ends of the field right now. And, I hate to be one of those guys that talks a little bit about bad luck, but it seems like that's been a lot of what's been happening to Maverick. They've hit more posts, more pipes than any team I've ever seen. I mean, they hit it 3, 4, 5, 6 times a game. I mean, they're at 5 right now. It's a stat I keep track of. But when you're hitting that many pipes and not scoring after creating that many opportunities, it's pretty disappointing. As Pizer gets it across, Baum looking unstoppable so far tonight. Gets it back up to Miller, 1:19 to go. Miller takes the shot, and that one right into the stick of Lamb. And Lamb, great man ball help there. You see Salcido out there bringing it across. One of the MCLA guys to make an appearance on the LXMPRO Tour. Always fun to see those guys out playing. Also college teammates of another friend of mine, Connor Morton. You see Crumb getting the ball to Lindsay. Lindsay takes the shot and buries it, fighting through it. Just making sure you can get that shot on the cage. And that's a big goal momentum-wise for Maverick United. Cuts the lead to 5 at 11-6, but in terms of momentum, that means everything in the world scoring that goal late in this quarter with only 46 seconds to go. You see him go with the swim over Drennan and then just bury it top shelf and able to get all that momentum on the shot, all that without having two hands on it. And you see some of those goals, you see guys like John Grant Jr. score and some of those other guys who do really impressive things. And Sean Lindsay is the only guy I've seen on the tour who's able to hit triple digits with both his left and his right. So very, very dangerous, especially in close, as well as outside is Lindsay. And Coach Burrows wants to talk it out. Bottle some of this excitement. You can hear the sedans, the kids getting fired up. All the fans really excited to be here. It's a beautiful night. Still 60 degrees. It's 6:23 local, so a perfect night for lacrosse. But you see Coach Burrows up there talking to his guys, letting them know that this game is far from out of reach. I can only imagine, but it's only a 5-goal game, which is nothing in this series. We've seen teams come back from 8-9 down and be able to do some really impressive things. And Maverick came out firing at the beginning. You got to look at what they're doing offensively. They're creating a lot of opportunities and hitting a lot of pipes. And you can't get disheartened in your play when you're playing as well as they're playing. And they're just getting the raw end of some of these deals and not getting the bounces that I think that they'd believe it. And this one coming in from El Flu. No way. Yes way. Believe it. And Ken Partridge tuning in as well. Face-off seems like he says the MLL face-off seems like a sumo wrestler match, but the LXMPRO seems quicker and more finesse. And you definitely see a lot of that out there. And I think it's these guys want to get to the cage. And there's Kit Smith looking for his third, and he gets it. There's 2 quick goals. 2 goals in 10 seconds for Maverick. And like I said, this game is far from over as that cuts the lead to 4 at 11-7. And again, I think it's a style thing. You see a lot of flair on the LXMPRO tours. You see Kit Smith go in there and just put it with the goal he's not. And that's a real heads-up play. Toss your hats. That's 3 for Kit Smith. But back to the question from Kid Partridge. I think it's a much more finesse game out here for the LXMPRO Tour, which is something that I really enjoy. You see guys with real flashy sticks go in there and score some spectacular goals. As now Team STX wants to talk it over with 18.4 seconds left on the clock. You have to think that they're going to try and cook something up on the sideline and come away with a goal to steal that momentum back from Maverick United. And a bunch of tweets coming in. This one's from Jared Rubin. Wants to give me a shout out for being so good at giving shout outs. So thank you, Jared. Shout out to you, and thanks for tuning in. And this one coming in from Joshua Partridge. Wants to know, unrelated, about lacrosse video games. And that's a good question. I mean, I think that's something that's definitely coming. Heard some stuff on the Kickstarter. I know that I'm hoping for an LXMPRO video game coming out in the near future. Had some talks with the Ritz brothers about it, so I'm hopeful that you'll see that, and everything going that way. You'll be hearing my voice on it too. But great question. And of course, going to Baum. Nice look, draws the quick double, finds Harrison. Harrison trying to get his hands free, take the shot. 7 seconds to go. Looking for Ritz, and then can't come up with the ground ball. He's whirly. And they're going to get a push. And that's going to do it for the quarter. And Tintel not happy with that call. And I tend to agree with him on that one. But 4 goals separating these two teams, STX and Maverick, going into the half. And extremely exciting as you see Maverick going on a little bit of a run towards the end. And Kit Smith really separating himself as the player to watch in the second half for Maverick. So don't go anywhere. Of an exciting second half of lacrosse coming your way from LXMPRO 805, brought to you by Champion. I'm Chris Marshall, and you're watching the Lacrosse Network.
To me, all fight, no flight means keeping your strength through tough times. I've encountered many moments in my life where I had to decide if I was going to let someone or something decide my fate. Do I run, or do I stand and fight for what I believe in? I started playing lacrosse in Denver, Colorado. My cousin Dustin gave me a stick, one of his old sticks, and I started messing around with it in my backyard. Freshman year of high school, I went to Heritage High School in Littleton. I went there for 1 year. And that year, I found out that we were moving to Manhattan Beach, California. It was an extremely tough time for me. I was going to a brand new high school, didn't know anybody. Not only was I changing high schools, but I was changing brand new cities, and LA was a complete new thing to me. And adjusting to kind of the LA lifestyle and, the fast pace, just didn't feel like home at the time. Throughout my whole high school career, I was misunderstood. Parents didn't understand my playing style. Players hated playing against me and thought I was a dirty player. I went as hard as I could at all times. I had one speed, I still have one speed. I feel like that's what gets you noticed, and I feel like that's what's brought me my success. I continued to get better through high school, developing my game and working tirelessly on my stick skills. And then my senior year came around. Trips back east with the West Coast Stars had provided me with some recruiting opportunities with schools around the country. So I decided to take a trip back east and take a look at some schools in Maryland. In May, I jumped on a plane and flew to Baltimore. Salisbury was playing Cortland in the national championship that year. The day after the national championship game, I drove down to Salisbury to meet with Coach Berkman in his office. The one thing that I thought was incredible about that moment was the day after national championship, he was in his office recruiting, trying to continue to build his empire. I knew I had to step my game up, and Berkman always told me the first thing he told me was that I have to get stronger, bigger, and faster in order to play for him. Right from that point, that's really what started my drive in the weight room, and continuing my love for exercising. I knew I wasn't going to start that year, but it was my job as a freshman to push the seniors and bring my young energy into the system. And it led to me being a freshman playing in the national championship at Gillette Stadium in Boston. I remember just a little talk I had with Berkman. We were in the locker room right after the national championship, and he looked at me and he was just like, he's like, I'm going to need a lot out of you these next few years, and I'm glad you committed to this. And it was a big commitment to me, but having the brothers at Salisbury that I had, being the kid from the West Coast, it just kind of showed me how there is like a family feeling in the game of lacrosse. Berkman continued to tell us, you can never be happy with what you have now. He goes, I'll wear this national championship ring for one night, the night of the ring ceremony, and then it goes in the case. Because it doesn't mean anything if you don't do it the next year and the next year. After Berkman told me that he's counting on me and he's looking forward to seeing my career at Salisbury, it made my off-season training that much more focused. I visualized things when I was practicing. It really gave me a sense of where I belong. My junior year, I ended up hurting my knee, and I had 2 knee surgeries, and I redshirted my junior year. The team ended up making it to the national championship and losing to Tufts University in the finals. And that year was a really tough year for me personally, but it also gave me the motivation I needed then to really excel me to the next level. The next year, I was extremely motivated. I had my mindset that I wanted to make it to the national championship and win the national championship game. Our junior year, we lost one game, and we won the national championship that year at M&T Stadium, where I remember when I was in high school, I was just coming out here as a West Coast kid, coming to watch Salisbury. Now I had won one for my own in that same stadium. And then the next year, I think we were 24-0, won the national championship at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. It was just a great feeling and a great way to end it my senior year. We won the national championship, and after that, I got a call saying that I would be playing in the next LXM event, the season opener in Orange County. And I was just amazed to be playing with Johnny Christmas, Kyle Harrison. It was honestly a dream come true. I hope when kids watch me play, or I hope when any fan watches me play, I hope they say, man, Eric is he's energetic, he's tough, he's in there taking the slashes that no one wants to take. He's in the impact zone on the crease with the biggest defenders pushing on him.
What a finish by Crumb. You give him any space and he will hurt you.
I want my defender at the end of the day, after he gets done playing me, to say, I never want to guard him again.
Ref wasn't buying.
Just look inside, wow. What a catch! One-armed goal! That is the most spectacular goal I have seen all year, maybe ever. And again, Crumb on the end of that one. I think that one might be the one.
That was unbelievable from Eric Crumb.
And, you know, a lot of people say, Crummy, he's always in the gym, or, you know, something like that. That's fine with me. I think it's a healthy place. It's a healthy outlet for me, mentally and physically. Your body's your machine, and, you know, what you put in, you get out. I've seen LXM put so many smiles on kids' faces and really make some kids' dreams come true, even just tossing around with some of the LXM players or being able to take pictures with Kyle Harrison. That inspires me to continue to go out there every day and try to spread the game.
Being an attackman means that you're willing to take a beating, okay? But that's just what I do because I'm an attackman going against the biggest guys out there. You'll see us catch the ball, you'll see us put it in the back of the net. We might be getting laid out on our backs, but we pop right back up and we go back out there and do it again.
I think I can relate with a lot of the kids, especially in the West Coast, who are going through the Adrln system. I know what it's like to not have that much recognition. I think it gives them something to say, oh man, Eric is from the West Coast. He went to a D3 school and he's still playing LXM.
Okay, this is an unbelievable day for some lacrosse. Focus and energy starts now, okay? It can't just come in the first 2 minutes of the game. The energy and focus starts right now with our warm-up.
I'm a passionate player and I play with high energy. I hope to be able to spread that high energy throughout my teammates, and then, you know, I hope the kids can see that too, because those are some of the funnest kids to watch for me. I see a lot of kids that I can relate with because I say, man, that's something I would do, or this kid's running around there crushing kids and being a terror on the crease and being a terror on defense. I think that's fun. I love working with kids. I love being on the field. At the end of the day, that's what I'm in it for. The kids motivate me, and I hope I can motivate them. You know, Adrln is a family. It's not just a company; it's a family, and everybody has the same goals, and everybody wants to push the sport to the limit. I think Adrln is about sharing the game with the kids, progressing the game in the right way, and showing the kids what it takes to get to the next level. And if at any time that I can help these kids, you know, chase their dreams, that's what I'm here for. At the end of the day, when I'm playing lacrosse, I want to be the best player. I want to be the best crease attackman on the field, but that goes for off the field as well. I want to be the best person I can be, the best coach I can be, and the best role model I can be for the kids.
Or can't find him. 15 seconds to go. Unbelievable goal! How did he do that? Crumb catches the ball, does a 180 in the air, buries it all in one motion. That is maybe the most spectacular goal I have ever seen.
I'm doing something that I've wanted to do my entire life, and it's all through the game of lacrosse. I really am truly honored to be an Adrln sponsored athlete. I want to continue to train hard and continue to help the company in any way I can and continue to push LXM to the next level. I'm Eric Crumb. I'm an adrenaline athlete, and my life is all fight, no flight.
And welcome back to LXMPRO 805, live from just outside of Los Angeles at Adrln Hills High School. We've had a real hard so far, 11-7, just a 4-goal game. A little bit of a run to end the half by Maverick United to cut the lead to 4. It had been as many as 6 at 11-5 with STX on top. And I think the question of the second half is, can Peter Baum be stopped? 5 goals in the first half, 4 goals in the first quarter. It's unbelievable. He's on another level right now. I mean, it's one of those things where everyone knows he's a good player. He won the Tour-Con Trophy. He's near the top of the league in terms of total points with goals and assists, making a real run right now. 28 goals on the season, 14 assists. Has to be crowned the king of the points for the LXMPRO Tour this season, but really putting on a show right now. So don't go anywhere as we are underway here in the second half. Another face-off won by Max Davis, and STX back on the offensive side of the field. And again, keep your questions, comments, anything you got coming my way at CMarshallTLN. Love to hear again where you're watching from, who you think's going to win, how many goals you think Peter Baum will end the day with. Could it be 10? Maybe. But again, Bradman now with a 2-goal lead in terms of the individual goal scoring title over Crumb, Eric Crumb, who you saw in the halftime show. Really impressive player. Kyle Harrison, you see how much respect they have for his game. The double is so quick. And Harrison right back on top of that one. And then Xander Ritz taking some runs through the midfield. Dangerous. Look for him to try and invert. Nice look inside, and there's a big save by Rodriguez on the quick stick shot from Miller. And Rodriguez going back. We've already seen him shoot once. Not afraid to score. Gets it to Tintle, and Tintle got some room. Looking for Crumb, and Crumb scores the goal. Unbelievable job staying outside of the crease as he throws a fake, gets Russell on his heels and buries it. Just put it where the goalie's not. And Crumb comes back to within 1. As you see, and that's a great pass from Tintle. Throws the fake and then buries it right before coming into the crease. Fantastic play out of Eric Crumb for his second on the night. That cuts the lead to 3. That's a 3-goal run for Maverick United. And they're right back in this game. There's another face-off won by Kaiser trying to get it, and there's a little deke by Porter as he gets it to Benson Irwin. Takes the shot, and that one right in the chest as Irwin goes for 2. Would have been the first time on the season that he's had 2 goals. And Maverick right back on the offensive side, and that one A little bit of a lazy ball coming out from Lindsay, and Crumb can't handle it as it bounces before it gets there. And on a rope, 60 yards right into the stick of Max Ritz, and that's a really impressive pass coming from Matt Russell. Again, Pizer gets it to Bradman, and Bradman gets the ball right back. I think that one came a little sooner than he thought it was going to. And Porter doing a great job of keeping Ritz off the ball. And then gets called for the push. And you hear Porter, he's not happy about that one. Takes quite a bit to get him riled up. And STX right back on offense. See Harrison working on Garvey. Garvey doing a great job so far on Harrison. Takes the shot and and the thing you see on that one, it's not so much that Harrison misses that shot. It's a great lift. And Rodriguez way outside of his crease and just off the mark on that shot, and then Garvey chases it down. You know Xander Ritz would love to have that one back, as Rodriguez was 10, 15 yards out of his crease trying to pick that pass off, got caught out of position, and Xander Ritz just can't finish it. We are at 12:30 mark in the third quarter. As Whit McCarthy's going to bring it in. Another one of those guys, a real spark plug for Maverick United. Gets to Bratton. Bratton working on Ferguson. Been a real fun matchup to watch so far today. Ian DeVoe with a head of steam. Gets to Bratton. Turns to his right hand, takes the shot over the goal, but backed up by Corp. And again, it'll be interesting to see if they keep funneling the ball into Kid Smith, who had 3 in the first half. Here's DeVoe again, like that matchup with the shorty, playing the matchup game right now. Takes the shot, and that's a great trail check by Benson Irwin. Takes all of the zip out of that shot. No problem for Russell. Russ crossed the body away from where he's running. That's not how they teach you in the textbook, but gets the job done. And then again, STX trying to get some matchups, some misnumbered plays coming through the box on the sub. And Bradman gets his hands free, takes the shot, and right into the stick of Rodriguez. And Rodriguez now running. And again, he promised me he'd score a goal this tour, down to the last half of the 2013 LXMPRO season, and there's Porter with the laser. And again, just can't quite put it on the cage as Russell all the way down the field and tries to get that one into the cage as he sees Rodriguez way out. And we saw him do a similar thing in the Orem event last season, where he's able to find Crumb, who scores the diving 360, 180 goal in the air that got to number 4 on the top 10. And there's a big-time goal, cutting the lead to 2. That one coming from Brandon Corp, another one of the very talented attackmen on Maverick United. You see him cut through, and he's so deceptive with his speed and the shot placement just over the shoulder. It's a little bit of a shoulder fake and gets Russell going down, and then just puts it over his shoulder and into the goal. But again, Corp very slowly finding himself with in this game. And got some more shout-outs. We got to give shout-out to Patrick, watching his very first LXMPRO game. And there's Tintle. Gets the ball to Corp, and Corp buries it again, and that's 3 for Corp. And that's 2 in a row, 2 in 10 seconds, and that cuts the lead to 1. And Maverick fighting their way back into this game. It's a great handle, low to high rip, top shelf. That one nearly took the goal right off the ground. So definitely thanks, Robert, for letting me know that this was Patrick's first game. Excited. And definitely got Reggie here and Axel, who are enjoying their first professional lacrosse games as well. So happy to have them here. Another face-off win for STX. Winning a majority of the face-offs here in the second half. Maverick having all the success. And Drennan coming across the half line for maybe the first time this season, one of those guys who likes to stay back, but showing some athleticism for the law student based in San Diego. In just under 10 minutes now in the quarter, and Bradman with it, still holding on to the scoring title in terms of goals for the season by the slimmest of margins. 1 goal separates Bradman and Crumb. And that's great short stick defense coming from Kit Smith, doing it on both ends for Maverick right now. Ritz trying to get free. Quick double. Hot potato right now for STX. There's Worley, loses the handle, gets it back. And then Kit Smith in there, and Rodriguez out of his cage again. Got to be careful about that one. Somebody's got to get in the cage. This bomb buries it for number 6. And if you come that far out of the cage, you have got Corp thinking about the shot even before he had that in his stick. But another opportunity for Maverick to cut the lead back to 1. As you see, Lindsay wanted that one. Corp takes the shot and then buries it. That's 3 in a row for Corp and 4 on the game. Putting his touch on this one. And again, Corp, one of those guys we talked about who can score 4 or 5 goals. And this one not so quietly as he fights his way in and just puts it where the goalie's not. At the 8:37 mark in the third quarter, it's back to a 1-goal game. And tons of tweets coming in. Love to hear from all of you guys what you think about what's going on out there. But Jack Southey wants to see more of those documentaries like we saw at halftime about Crumb, and I'd love to see them too. So definitely be on the lookout for more of that kind of stuff this upcoming season on the Lacrosse Network. I know I'm fired up for hopefully Club Ball Season 3. And then again, Jordan Smith coming in, want to get this tour back out to Philadelphia. There's a big rip coming from Bratton, but off the mark. But a possession shot for Maverick. See DeVoe moves it to McCarthy. McCarthy takes the BTB, and that one wide of the cage. There's DeVoe. By Miller, gets it to Bratton. Again, just under 8 minutes to go. Bratton gets his left hand free, takes the shot, buries it. So dangerous with his left hand. You can't give him an inch, he'll take a mile. And you see Bratton, he gets by, gets his left hand free, and buries it. I mean, that's what you see. The shot is so fast and so compact. There's nothing you can do about that. It's now we've got a tie ball game at 12 at the 7:48 mark. And I have to give a couple shout-outs here. Connor Hamilton wants a shout-out for Jay, Austin, Parker, Green, and Ben Demento. So thanks for tuning in. And Kobo, Boyle Corey chilling in his dorm watching the game. So shout out to Kobo. And they're selling out. Looks like that one might have gone off. Davis, let's see what the call is going to be here. And they're going to call a push, no possession, going against Maverick. And the ball's going to go back. And that's a real hustle play for Tintle. And he's not happy about that call. I got to get a huge shout out to Liam Fothergill tuning in from Australia and rooting for Maverick for the comeback. So thanks for tuning in, Liam. So keep those tweets coming at CMarshallTLN. Bradman with a world of speed coming through here, gets his hands free, takes a shot, pays the price on the hit as Tintle still has some fire in his eye after that missed call, at least in terms of what he's thinking on the other end of the field. But Tintle, one of those guys who will sell out, leaves it all on the field. There's bomb by. Again, Rodriguez out of his cage to cut him off. A nice switch, gets it to Ballard. Lucky not to get the hold there. Now one on the outside of the cage as Rodriguez able to get the ball and keep Maverick tied in this game. Big time save. There's McCarthy, has the angle, takes the bounce shot, and you know, for as true as this field turf is, normally you can see some kind of funny bounces where you get some dead spots and get some really hot spots where a lot of those little black rubber pieces get piled up. And nice look inside. McCarthy almost able to keep that one in his stick. Great defense by STX. Comes up with the ground ball. And taking some big checks. He's able to get it to Lindsay. Lindsay rolling back. Trying to get inside, takes a shot, scores the goal for Lindsay. That's 3 for him. And Maverick answers, takes the lead for the first time since the first quarter at 13-12 with the 6:14 mark in the third quarter. And you see him drop his head. Drennan, a load to get off there, and then just buries it right off the knee of Russell. And in that tight, it's so hard to get in front of those. And Carolina Revolution tuning in as well. So many great players doing great things. Who's your vote for the best player out there, and whose name don't you call often? You know, it's right now Peter Baum is playing on another level, but right behind him is Brandon Corp. And I mean, both those guys are playing incredibly well. And then you see what guys like Sean Lindsay and Kit Smith have been able to do coming in. And the guys that whose name I don't get to call often enough. That's a great question. As Porter takes the shot, I was a short stick defender when I played, so I always try to give those guys a little bit of a shout out. Guys like Benson Irwin, Max Davis. Nick Tintle, guys who are real hustle players. You know, the motors behind these teams. And it's certainly not a glory position, but I love to see those guys out there mixing it up. And again, Corp, could he go for number 5? Again, trying to get the matchup here, looking for the shorty. Moves it to DeVoe and back up to Bratton. And see, calling out the left, but no slouch with his right either. He can do both ways. As you see the slide coming out, have to think that was Russell on the call there. Holds the slide coming across from McDonald and makes him shoot right. And again, under 5.5 minutes to go in the third. It's been all Maverick United in the third quarter. DeVoe now up top, has the matchup going against Max Davis. There's Bratton rolling back to that left. By Stewart, buries it again. What a shot by Bratton, top shelf. I don't even know how he got that off. And the lead is now 2 for Maverick United. For Max Ritz. Rodriguez much to watch the tape from last week because he's not going to let Max Ritz score any of those goals after having 5 last week, including the game winner. 4.5 to go. A little lack of communication on the clear there for Maverick, as Lamb wasn't as far across as I think that they were hoping for. There's Harrison from up top. And again, both of these teams have been doing such a good job on the help defense side. And Harrison loses his footing, ball down, somehow manages to keep the ball in his stick. But a timeout, a real heads-up call coming from the STX sideline. See Harrison in a little bit of trouble fighting in the double, has the ball in his stick, so STX able to call the timeout there. Gonna go to some of these tweets here, and then a shout out to Max Bree, one of the guys who tweets all season long. Happy to have him listening and watching, and another shout out to Steve Rollins. Also rocking the 11s, and shout out to Peter Baum for dropping the hammer. I know we were able to hang out with Pete, and looks like Johnny Namer running just across the screen there, out there doing some things. So always happy to have Johnny Vegas out watching the game. One of the big game throwers here in Southern California. So check out his radio show. Total Lacrosse. It's Johnny Namer. And STX coming back out on offense. 4 minutes to go in the quarter. 2-goal lead for Maverick after going on a 7-2 run there. Adrln proud to be the lifestyle apparel sponsor of the LXMPRO Tour. A bomb again, starting with the ball. Looking to turn the corner there. Again, gets the switch, now working on the shorty. Looking inside. Ball still down, picked up finally by Maverick. There's Ballard trying to get the ball. Looks like Corp's going to be able to run it down, but can't quite get there, just out of his reach. And Maverick, again for a second clear, loses the handle. Back into Pizer. Pizer with one on the night so far. Big goal last week, 2 weeks ago. Goes for the BTB, picked up by Baum. Looking back up top, Bradman takes the shot and buries it. And Rodriguez really disappointed on that one, and then lets Tintle have it on the way back through. As you can hear it, these guys chirp at each other just like anybody else. Friends off the field, but it's all business on it. And you saw in that shot, that one off the shoulder, it looked like of Rodriguez. And those are the worst kind of goals to give up, because you still get hit with the ball, but it sneaks in off you, and that's 3 on the day for Bradman, pushing himself a little further away from Eric Crumb. And more importantly for Team STX, cutting the lead to 1. You see it, takes a big hit from Tintle, which is why he gives him a little bit of a, just touches him, daps him up a little bit on the way back, as the face-off win goes for Maverick United. And Bratton going to have the ball coming from that left side of the field. And back up to Kit Smith. Again, 3 in the first half, been quiet so far in the second. This is a matchup Maverick United has to like. Kit Smith going with the shorty. And there's a big-time rip coming from Corp, as Maverick can't quite run it down. Sorry, the shot was from Crumb. It's Corp on the other side. Russell now moving up. 2.5 minutes to go. Gets it to Drennan. Drennan wants nothing to do with the offensive side of the field. Gets it to Harrison. And Harrison going to draw the pole here. And it's so much of a pick your poison here with these STX guys. You got 2 Tuarton Trophy winners, and you got Sam Bradman running through the midfield. And there's a big-time kick save by Rodriguez, and a real heads-up play by Garvey, able to get that ball back into the crease where Rodriguez can get it. Gets it up to Lamb, and Lamb with some space to work. And finally up to Bratton. Now, if I'm Maverick United here, I feel like you got to go back to the guy with the hot hand here. Gets it inside, takes the shot, and scores the goal. Great look inside. That one coming from Whit McCarthy, doing his best Eric Crumb impression on the crease, making some space for himself and burying the goal, putting the lead back to 2 at 15-13 in favor of Maverick United. And you see McCarthy come across and then a little jump shot and right in there, and that close, it's got to go right into his stick or Russell's not going to be able to make the save. So casual on the jog off. And again, a nice crowd out here tonight. Happy they can all come out here and enjoy some high-level professional lacrosse in Southern California. Peiser has Porter's number right now. Porter doing a great job on the defense there. And there's Baum inside fighting through the double, taking a couple pretty good ones from Andy Salcido. Like the matchup, Harrison coming across, gets the pick, takes the shot, and a big-time save. That one off the head of Rodriguez. And numbers, as Salcido loses the head of his stick, you're going to send in another pull. Somebody's got to come in because STX has a numbers advantage right now. Big-time save by Rodriguez. And now that player coming out of the box is off to the races as Maverick United has a fast for Corp. And Corp keeping pace. Now 2 players with 6 and pushes the lead to 3, the largest of the game for Maverick United. Seeing some fireworks out here tonight. We might see 30 goals. So much confidence in the stick of Brandon Corp right now. Just low to high, stick side, no chance. Unbelievable talent on display tonight from both squads. And then shout out to William Munley for tuning in. Sorry, that's number 5 for Corp. But five from Corp, 6 from Baum. It's a shootout. And this is exactly what I said Maverick did not want to get in. And right now, proving me wrong. Nice little flip pass to back to Baum. Waiting until they can get Miller on, who has the matchup with the shorty Porter. And 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Miller not going to be able to get anything off as Porter all over him. Porter, another one of those guys, just sells out. And that's going to do it for the third quarter of action. Maverick on a huge run. Nearly double-digit goals in that quarter, getting their way back into this game and really putting on a show. Maverick United, really, really special tonight. So definitely stay tuned for the fourth quarter of action. I'm Chris Marshall, and you're watching the Lacrosse Network.
Nature's ransom for killing it. It's a pure rush you can't find in a bottle or pill. It's passion boiled down to its most potent form. It creates moments of clarity when you realize your superhuman potential. It makes you want to do your best because you finally understand what your best is. And once you know that, feel that, you'll never be the same.
And welcome back. Just about ready to start the fourth quarter of action here. 16-13 lead for Maverick. This isn't anywhere near where I thought the game would be at this point, but so exciting. Another real barn burner. This is exactly what you can expect from the LXMPRO Tour. But I think that the name of the game right now for Maverick is Brandon Corp. 5 goals, really going out and making things happen. He's creating shots for himself, not only by dodging, but also by finishing the opportunities he's given, taking some in the unsettled situations, scoring big goals, and really doing a fantastic job on offense. All those bounces that weren't going Maverick's way in the first half of this game, and to be completely honest, in the better part of this tour, are all starting to fall into place. And Maverick United looking very strong in the third quarter and looking to come away with the victory here, even if it's just for pride. and just about ready to get back to the action again. Keep your questions, comments coming. Everything love to hear from you on Twitter. But another win for Picer. And I have to give a quick shout out to Joellen Rodriguez, Johnny's mom, who's tuning in. My mom here as well. But Sister Amy came all the way from Maryland to watch this game in person. So shout out to both of them. And a shout out from Connor Hamilton to Lax Moms everywhere. And that one off the pipe. As Sam Bradman chilling with Wesley Pipes tonight. It's still a 3-goal lead. No lead is safe tonight when these two teams are playing, as Picer takes the rip, and that one just off the top of the cage with 30 seconds gone. And there's a shot. Looks like Maverick's going to be able to run this one down, and they do. Great hustle play by Tom Garvey. Now Maverick might want to look to take a little bit of the time off the clock here, as that was a great pass by Rodriguez on a rope to Tintle. And Tintle slow to get this into the offense. And I think this is a real smart play. Maverick controlled the majority of the offensive possession time in the first quarter. And look for them to try and go back to this, as they've got Baum back on defense. Normally an attackman in college, played through the midfield in the LXMPRO Tour, did a really good job, but stuck back on defense. That might be the matchup you want to go at. As you see Baum hustling off the field now as Tintle comes off. And now they've got numbers subbing through the midfield. Got a little bit of a mismatch. Great wrap check. Gets it back up to Bratton. Bratton back to his left. As you see, he wants to go back inside. Wants the ISO. And so quick. Working on Benson Irwin, and Benson Irwin with the little check knocks the ball right out of Bratton's stick, and now off to the races. He has one tonight, and moves it quickly. And there's the shot, and there's a big-time goal. And again, who else is it going to be? Peter Baum for number 7. And you see him as soon as he takes a step towards the goal. Bounce shot, no chance for Johnny Rodriguez, as the lead is now 2 for Maverick United at 14-16 at the 13:09 mark in the fourth quarter. And a big shout out to Carolina Revolution, as there's a giant moth on my shirt. So thank you for that.
Try to get that out of here.
But big face-off win there for Maverick United. Keep that ball out of there. Keep the ball on the offensive side of the field for Maverick United. And I think it would definitely be the right call for them to continue attacking the cage like they have, and taking some shots. As you see, Whit McCarthy going right at the goal. And DeVoe, who's had some success on the dodge, looking for the matchup here, as Bratton getting shut off. And DeVoe's got to get out, so they keep the shorty matchup with the big low to high rip with the lefty. Again, you can hear Coach JB keeping the ball hot. Want to keep the movement going. As McCarthy, working from up top, gets the pick, trying to turn the corner. And then back to DeVoe, and now back up to Bratton. Bratton again working on Miller, the shorty. And then Miller over the top with the trail check. The ball's still down. And Lindsay unable to corral that one right on the inline as it goes out and balls back to STX. And a shout out to Eddie, who's really enjoying the game, as I'm sure the rest of you out there watching are. And that one comes out of Miller's stick, and you could tell right after there, Xander Ritz disappointed that one was not on the money. You see the kids already lining up for the knock-around autograph session. You see that one just barely over the top of Max Ritz as he's out there trying to make something happen for STX, down 2 and really getting run off the field right now by Maverick United. It's Kit Smith, again, been quiet here in the second half after 3 in the first. And there's Tintle, keeps that one in front of him. That's a Rop, big time save by Russell, and what a ground ball. That one by Costello. And now Davis moves it to Xander Ritz, the elder of the Ritz brothers. And again, two-goal lead for Maverick United. As Harrison comes in, takes the shot. What a shot! Low to low, Warburner, right in the corner. Couldn't put that any further in the corner. And you see him get by. Salcido doing his best to stay with, but can't keep up with one of the best players in the world in Kyle Harrison as he buries that one low to low on the stick side. Couldn't quite get his foot in front of it as Rodriguez, and the lead is now 1. You see Porter, again, doing a good job, and there's great footwork by Pizer. He gets it to Baum and back to Miller. Miller takes the shot. Huge save by Rodriguez. That one almost spun right in behind him as he gets it up to Porter, and they want to go right back on the offensive attack. Maverick has been doing a really good job in the unsettled situations. Corp scoring 5 goals, most of which coming through the unsettled. Gets it back up to McCarthy. As we get under 10 minutes to go in this game, both teams really playing hard right now. Neither team wanting to give an inch. See Corey Couture getting inside. Takes the shot. Big save by Russell. And a big ground ball by Drennan. Drennan looking to go over the top. What a pass. Gets to Miller, up to Ferguson. And STX is out on the break. Going to the slow break. And look inside. What a handle by Ritz. Gets around the corner and a huge save by Rodriguez. And then Ritz gets it and tries to go BTB and get that one with Rodriguez on the ground. And you can tell that last one hurt Rodriguez as got his stick over his head there. Looked like he took that one on the inside of the calf muscle there. But a fantastic save to keep Maverick on top by 1. Xander Ritz has his man hung up, and right there, brother to brother, just like they did to win the game in Del Mar, tie it up at 16 as Xander to Max Ritz buries the quick stick. And it's almost that same play. As you see, they're fired up. But it's almost that same play. You see the defender stacked up, and he's able to duck down and then back up and around. The defenseman can't get out of each other's way, and all he needs is a little bit of space as he's way choked up on his stick. Get the quick stick in. He's just off the crease. Not a whole lot you can do with that if you're Rodriguez. Seeing that one won back by Pizer and able to flip it to himself. He does such a good job with his feet, able to get that ball to himself. Sorry, that's Davis. The ball's still down. A lot of sticks in there. And then flipped back by Costello, and a nice lift on the back hand as Benson Irwin has it. And looking for the big time rip, and another save by Rodriguez. Rodriguez really standing on his head here in the second half. As we are almost to the 8-minute mark in the fourth quarter. He loses his footing. Rodriguez has got to be careful here. Can't give up a cheap one. And just in time. And Porter can't handle it. And that one's going back to STX, as Maverick really needed to keep that one. And Max Davis has it. We're just under 8 minutes. Got an official timeout here. Get the clock right. As STX now getting the ball in the hands of their players who are playing well. Back up to Bradman. Seems like at the end of this game, it's always Bradman, Baum, and Harrison. Harrison, quick double. We see so much respect for his game. Big time rip, and Rodriguez with a big save by himself, though, as Miller cleans up the trash. As STX takes the lead at 17-16 with 7.5 minutes to go. And you see it comes right off the chest, and then all alone on the inside, a lot of ball watching for Maverick at the end of that. I have to give a couple of more shout outs here. Got Danny tuning in, watching a great game. Hashtag stay laxy. Got Sam T. Claus also tuning in. There's a big win, but not giving up on the play. Again, there's Tintle able to knock the ball out of Piser's stick and get it to himself. Maverick has got to get back on the offensive flow that they were riding on in the third quarter. And now waiting for the matchups here. They've got Bratton on the left side with the shorty. And they're so quick to slide to him. Rolls back, takes one in the head. I don't know how that wasn't a flag as DeVoe gets it. He goes for the ice pick, hits him in the back of the helmet. Oh, and there it is. There's the flag on the ground. See the ball out of the restraining back. It's going to be a hold and not a slash. So fortunate on that end. And don't forget to head over to the Knockaround autograph session after the game. In need of some expensive, colorful sunglasses? Head to knockaround.com, the official eyewear sponsor of the LXMPRO Tour. And there you see the replay as Ferguson going for the ice pick. Sorry, Greg Piser going for the ice pick and getting a little bit more of Bratton than I think he was trying to. And that one trying to thread the needle across. And ball tipped, and so it's going to stay with Maverick. Sorry, going the other way. Ref says no tip. Right back to STX, and they're going to be able to probably hold this as Ferguson has it, going all the way across the field. As they're just about back to full strength and with a 1-goal lead at under 6.5 to go. And Harrison with it, working against the shorty. And then you see them, nice switch, getting Garvey out there. Gets to Bradman. Bradman also with the pole. Looking for the matchup. That means Max Ritz has the shorty, which I think is probably the best matchup in terms of shorties for Maverick. There's Miller coming across. Looking inside, and that's great defense by Maverick, able to keep the stick on it coming across. It looks like they're going to get the timeout for Coach Burrows just in time. What a heads-up play by Maverick United coach Jeff Burrows. And once again, got to give a shout-out to Morgan Burrows, watching with Cameron and the WOBA Lacrosse Club. So happy birthday, Morgan. And this is exactly where we thought we'd be. It's a 1-goal game. We got 6 minutes to go. These teams are trading blows back and forth. It's a game of runs. And right now, STX is on a run, and Maverick has to answer. And you look at a player like Kit Smith, who was very strong in the first half, had 3 goals, kind of did it himself a little bit, and has been quiet in the second. So look for Maverick to go back to him now that they really need some more goal scoring. And obviously, you see guys out there like Brandon Korp and Shamel Bratton out there really doing what they're good at, backing players down and scoring goals. You got to get the last couple shout-outs in here. Champion is proud to be the official performance, apparel, and uniform provider of the LXMPRO Tour. Tweet your event photos to @ChampionUSA, hashtag LXMPRO805. And Maverick bringing the ball down, slowly making sure they can get the matchups they want here as Tintle comes off the field. And there's Kit Smith, takes the shot and scores the goal. Look right into my crystal ball. Kit Smith delivers. And you see, we talked about him in the break. Kit Smith just gets in front of his guy, takes the shot, and he's got that sneaky first step. Once he gets by you, he steps in front of the defender, and they're fired up. That's 4 on the game for Kit Smith. But you see, he gets by his man. So if you're a midfielder and you see that coming, if you get by your man, get in front of him, protect your stick, and bury the goal. And that's a huge goal, tying the game to 17. And you hear it. Looks like they're going to call playing with the offhand there on Picer. That's a big call going Mavericks' way as we are under 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Sorry, 5 minutes. And Porter's just going to leave it as Whit McCarthy comes in. Porter playing a lot of minutes tonight. Both ends of the field, playing great defense, out there taking some offensive runs as well. And McCarthy going to look back across. And they want Dustin Doty, the local product, gets it right back to Bratton. And there's Bratton, buries the shot, jump shot, right in the top shelf corner. Couldn't put it anywhere closer to the top shelf with that one. What a finish by Bratton, and Maverick takes the lead again. You see him backing in, little jump, buries it top shelf. Unbelievable out of Bratton, and that's 4 for him. It seems like everybody's got 4, 5, 6 goals. And that's what we're out here seeing. You've got 17 for STX, 18 for Maverick, 35 combined goals. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them get to 20. The way the offenses are clicking right now. Pizer again. Maverick might want to switch to a little bit of different matchup. And there's Harrison trying to get free. I don't know how he fought through all those players. Ball finally down. Rodriguez way out of his crease and finally kicked out by Baum. Unlucky for STX. And right back on the fast break. We saw them score 2 goals in about 30 seconds right then, but Maverick United slowing it down a little bit. Just under 4 minutes to go. Have the lead. Another goal would be great, but trying to take a little of the air out of the ball and more importantly, keep STX's offense off the field. And there's Crumb way outside. And again, we talked about him working a lot. Davis way outside. Takes the shot, and that asking for Memphis, and that one just off the mark coming from Harrison. That's that same goal that he scored earlier in the quarter on that low-to-low. Looked like there was some space there in the middle when Miller cut down. Baum wants the ISO, has the shorty, going for number 8. See, cutting inside, stands him right up. And what a shot by Bradman. Ties it up, puts it right in the corner, and it's so compact, his shooting motion, and so much power on it. It's unbelievable what he does with the stick. He's a magician. And you see him cut across, and it's that full body motion in his shot. You see he's got his leg up, and then he throws his whole body into it. So it's not just his arms or his upper body, it's his core, his arms, his legs, everything he's got. And that's how he's able to get so much power on that shot on such a compact motion. And here we are at 18-18, under 2 minutes to play. And this is a place we've been before. And rolling over the top, Tintle as that one coming inside for Ferguson. Takes the shot, huge play. You see what's going on. A little bit of a tussle on the other side of the field, as you see Picer and Tintle mixing it up a little bit. As you saw Tintle kind of roll over the top there, but you see the tensions out there between these two teams. And I've talked about this before, and they're both, they're friends. They're friends off the field, but these guys want to win. You see with the officials, and you see Tintle just kind of loses his footing and goes over the top, but nothing dirty about that play. But these guys out here wanting to win, and getting some more shout-outs out here. Eddie fired up about the shout-outs. Wants a shout-out for Brentwood Lacrosse, and definitely good luck this season. See if I can make it out and see a game. I know I was able to see Brentwood play Harvard Westlake a couple of years ago in the playoffs. Let's see what the call's going to be. Want to have a meeting. There's no penalties out there. You see Harrison out there talking to the officials. It looks like the ball is going to stay with STX. Interesting call on there. It seemed like the play had not been blown dead until after the shot had been taken. So STX pretty fortunate to keep the ball on that one. And you see Rodriguez kind of giving the under 90 seconds to go, 1:24. Baum looking across, and that's great defense as Salcido picks up the ground ball, trying to get away, and gets it to Porter, and that's a big-time ground ball and a huge play from Salcido, the local product, Chapman graduate. Corp now getting inside, and that's got to be a push. As you see it, it's a hold. Knocks the ball out of his stick, but Corp unable to get away, and Corp's got it again. And I think you got to go with the hot hand here. Is Corp with the ball. 1 minute to go in the game, already with 5 goals. Likes to swim, gets it across to Lindsay. Lindsay takes the shot, and no one back there to back it up for Maverick United. As Russell able to run it down, and Maverick United loses possession on that shot. And now right up the other side of the field, and this is exactly where we were 2 weeks ago in Del Mar. Picer with the ball, 40 seconds to go. You see it, Xander Ritz working from up top, wants to hold it for the last shot. You know, if nobody scores, we tie game going in, 32 seconds to go. We go to sudden death overtime. Gets the ball to Bradman. Bradman working on Tintle. Takes the shot, huge save by Rodriguez. He has got ice in his veins. And then a timeout, 18 seconds to go. Coach Burrow's going to draw something up. And there's the answer to your question. If this one's going to be an exciting finish, it always is. It doesn't matter who's here, who's gone. LXMPRO always delivers the goods. But 18 seconds to go. You have to think Maverick United has got to put the ball in Brandon Corp's stick. If they go to the quick double, there's only 18 seconds. Go to the cage immediately. See what you can find, roll out, and then hit Bratton up top, or maybe Kit Smith across the crease. But you have to think this is going to be Brandon Corp's ball, with just the way that he's playing. But, I mean, as billed, as advertised, LXMPRO Tour down to the last possession once again. And then a quick shout out for DeVoe and Smith. Also, Whit McCarthy repping the NESCAC laxiness. And that one coming from Sam T. Claus. That's a good nugget there. 18.7. You see McCarthy on the far side, gets through. 13 seconds to go, and that one comes out of McCarthy's stick. Wrong, 9 seconds to go, and the ball's back to Maverick, or sorry, STX, right down the field. McDonald can't do anything with it, picked up, 3, 2, and that's gonna do it, and we're going to extra time, sudden death, overtime. Unbelievable play, and you see uncharacteristic mistakes at the end of the game as McCarthy brings the ball up and is looking for Bratton on the far side of the field with about 10 seconds to go. Comes out a little funny out of his stick. You have to think maybe that was coming in from holding it so tight to his body, able to fight through the double and then right through the legs of Bratton. Then the ball goes out and Russell brings the ball in and looks for McDonald, and McDonald can't handle it. They wanted overtime. This game, the final game of the 2013 LXMPRO season, was destined for sudden death overtime. We're going to get 4 minutes on the clock, sudden death overtime. The first team who scores wins. This is going to be a very, very important face-off. It'll be interesting to see who these players or who these teams send out. You know, you'd like to see maybe a Nick Tintle out there for Maverick United at the face-off X. He's had some success, very scrappy player. But it looks like they're going to keep Tintle on the wing, which probably means you're going to see Porter on the face-off. And Pizer's had Porter's number so far today. Huge face-off for Maverick. As you see the team switching sides after the overtime coin toss. And we got a bold prediction here coming from Mike Von Kamek, out of former teammate of both Sam Bradman and Eric Crumb, saying that he predicts Eric Crumb will come away with the game winner. And Pizer's through, and he's got some time and some room. Gets it to Baum, down to Ritz. Ritz takes the shot and buries the goal! 10 seconds in, and that's it! 2 weeks in a row, Ritz with the game winner. Could it be anyone else? What a play. And it's brothers. What can you do? Ritz making it rain, both of them. Unbelievable play from those guys. Unbelievable game. So much heart on the field for both these teams. It's been the story of the season. Maverick United coming up just a little bit short. It's whoever makes the last big play. And the last few weeks it's been STX taking the lead in the series 8-3. So definitely stay tuned, and we'll get the player of the game for an interview shortly. Cool. But what a game. I mean, you can't ask for anything more than that. Lots of fans in the stands. And another game winner late. This one in overtime after the one from Max Ritz. And this time from Xander Ritz. But the Ritz brothers making it work.
Here we are, overtime game, game winner Xander Ritz. But I think the story of this game was 7-2.
Yeah, just had it going early. They started to fall, and that's kind of how it goes sometimes when the D-middies push transition like that. Obviously, 19-18 is a big game, and it's great to come out on top in the last one of the year.
Yeah, and that puts you at 30 and 16 for the season, 46, able to come away with the overall scoring title. I mean, what was the difference for you this season to be able to come out and do this in your first professional year?
Well, I think it helps. Coming off the college year, you're excited to play, which is great. And then I think the team was, super fun to play with, getting up and down, and the style of play lends itself to a little bit of scoring. So, just lucky enough to have the shots find the net, and, it was a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations on a great season, on a great game. Be on the lookout for more super exciting stuff. I mean, could this end any other way? Overtime game winner, Xander Ritz. What a season. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next year. As always, I'm Chris Marshall. Stay laxy. Great job, man.